Hi. Okay, so as you remember, task one is divided in two parts. We have the first part that is you having to explain market segmentation and its benefits, and this accounts to 10% of your actual R065 coursework. Okay, it's 6 marks. The problem is, so you need to get full marks, provide a comprehensive explanation of market segmentation, and I think the majority of you have defined it, and I think maybe some of you could actually add on more to the definition, maybe expand a little bit more on what market segmentation is generally. And the majority of you have definitely included a full range of segmentation techniques. But the problem is that a lot of you have not actually shown a thorough understanding of the benefits of a business. So what's missing? So I think that would account to about 4 marks because you've got a lot of you have good comprehensive explanation of market segmentation, a lot of techniques that have been like for instance, a lot of you have described what it means by geographics. You've even added pictures, and that's great, but you're missing the benefits of market segmentation to a business. Okay, so the benefits are, sorry, one sec. Okay, so literally, let's say that the first task is divided in 3 bits. The first bit is you got to explain or define market segmentation. I think you could definitely expand more on that. The second thing you've all done properly quite well, which is to explain each type of segment with examples. The majority of you have done this. The problem is this is missing. Okay, so you need to use examples to explain the benefits of a business using market segmentation. And none of you have done this. None of you have used examples, but maybe you've mentioned the benefits. Okay, so what I mean by examples is you've got to literally, well, first of all, what are the benefits of market segmentation? You've got to mention in the third bit of your market segmentation task these benefits here. Okay, so what are the benefits and what do they mean? So the benefits are that it ensures that customer needs are matched and met, but the potential for you've got a potential for higher profits, increased customer retention, allows for targeted marketing, and the potential for an increase in the market share. What you got to do is you got to mention in the third paragraph each of these, explain what they mean, and if you can, give an example, because here they're saying here that you can use examples, for example, of any business that comes into mind. Okay, like you can think of a business that has done some customer segmentation and that you believe that they have had higher profits. You don't have to do it for each type of advantage, but each of these need to be mentioned. I hope that makes sense, because so many of you haven't done this, and so many of you have done such a great job for the first 2 bits, but then you've not done this at all. So you need to have a literal explanation for each of these in so much detail, and if you can possibly have examples there as well. Okay, so 3 layers of the first task. The majority of you have done the first 2, but you've missed out on this one here. So please add this one here, which would be all of these, give an explanation and give an example. Okay, you can look this up, but remember, you've got to check for plagiarism. Okay, the work must be your own, because they can tell if you have copied it and pasted it from the style of the rest of your writing. Also, they have like some kind of like, often they have like they submit your work into like anti-plagiarism things, in which they can see what you've taken from the internet. I'll explain to you another time, but make sure that these are all in your own words. Okay, and the second part of task 1 is when you had to talk about, and this is also 10 marks of your, 10% of your coursework, because this is also worth 6 marks. So this is literally overall 20% of your R065 coursework. Okay, task 1. So here you've got to apply your knowledge of market segmentation to create and describe customer profile for the business. Okay, the business challenge, I meant to say. The business challenge is just the fact that you're making a hat. So what you got to do is, and again, the majority of you have done this, describe in detail the features of a specific customer profile using market segmentation, but then you've not applied this knowledge to the requirements of the hat. Okay, so you've all explained some girl that lives in London that is between 15 and 18, blah, blah, blah. By the way, she needs to live in London because you've got to pretend that you got to obviously interview her and so on. Okay, but what is missing is the link between the customer profile, who she is, and the type of hat that she would need as a result. So the fact that she lives in London, geographical segmentation, does that mean anything? I've got to go soon. In terms of her preferences for the hat, might she need one for the summer because it gets hot in London, and one for the winter? So 2 hats, maybe you can say that she needs 2 hats. Or the fact that maybe her lifestyle is sporty, she's a sporty person, does that mean that her hat will have to be like that? So you've got to literally link each of the segments you've described to the type of hat that she would need, to the quality of the hat, to the quantity of the hat, and all that stuff there. Okay, that's literally it. That's all you got to do.